The U.S. government has suspended visa approvals for almost all holders of Palestinian passports, a decision that has quickly stirred international concern and diplomatic tension. According to reports, U.S. consular officials have been instructed to deny non-immigrant visa applications from Palestinians, effectively blocking travel for education, medical treatment, business, and tourism. This sweeping measure expands earlier restrictions that largely applied to residents of Gaza. It now encompasses Palestinians across territories, leaving students, patients, and workers who had relied on U.S. visas suddenly in limbo. Humanitarian groups warn that the decision could have dire consequences, particularly for those seeking urgent medical care abroad or students preparing to resume studies in American institutions. The move comes just days ahead of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, where world leaders are scheduled to gather. In what observers describe as an extraordinary step, the U.S. State Department has also revoked or denied visas for more than 80 Palestinian officials, including members of the Palestinian Authority and reportedly President Mahmoud Abbas himself. This means the Palestinian leadership may not be represented in person at the high-level UN meetings, a development that critics say undermines diplomatic engagement at a critical time. The Palestinian Authority has strongly criticized the U.S. decision. It condemns the suspension as a form of collective punishment that unfairly targets civilians and silences Palestinian voices on the global stage. Officials stressed that ordinary citizens, not militants, will bear the brunt of the suspension, while the exclusion of Palestinian leaders from the UN meeting risks deepening their political isolation. The U.S., however, has framed the policy as a matter of national security, citing risks that individuals with hostile affiliations could exploit visa channels. The Trump administration's stance also reflects a brutal political pressure at home as Washington faces scrutiny over its support for Israel amid the ongoing Gaza war and heightened instability across the Middle East. Pro-Palestinian advocacy groups and international observers have condemned the suspension as discriminatory, warning that it will further isolate Palestinians at a time when many are already displaced and struggling. The suspension leaves thousands of Palestinian passport holders facing uncertainty. Families with medical patients awaiting treatment in U.S. hospitals, students enrolled in American universities, and professionals with work or business obligations have all been forced into an indefinite wait. The coming days will reveal whether the U.S. adjusts its stance in response to international backlash, or whether Palestinians will remain excluded from both humanitarian access and the diplomatic stage. Cassandra Yunumbe, Eagles FM News.